10:30 AM, Monday the 7th of January 19, and back at the place, the roundabout where I stopped yesterday. The bus, the X10 from Newcastle, was the fast one and took under an hour to get here, about 50 minutes in fact. So we'll follow the signs, leaving Blyth. The track follows the pavement down here. It's a cloudy day today and a rather drizzly, light drizzle at the moment. Not a very attractive view for an England coast path. This is how it goes. The sign shows here that we turn this corner. So around the corner we go. We have nice repeater signs on the posts. So straight ahead. And still straight ahead, rather unattractive at the moment. Now the road turns sharp left. We pass the port of Blyth and then proceed along here, but I believe there's a right turn out in the country sooner than I thought. It's just here. So I'm going down this road here, which should get us back to the river eventually. There it is. Cross over the road here because there's no pavement on the other side. There's some shrubs being set and probably a newish wall there. End of that stretch of the road, and we have a repeater sign here. I went down the pavement here. I can't imagine it going up the houses across the grass there. At the end of that section of grass there is another sign confirming that the route follows this road round the bend. And then there is a sign telling us to change to some direction, but it just follows the road. Given that there's no other sensible direction, we'll just continue down here. There's some new properties being built around here. There's a school on the right. They returned today after the Christmas holidays. So a very big housing area being developed. This road does go through to the main road at the end. So it's reaching the main road, and there's a right turn almost straight away. I think that was the right turn I had in mind when I said there was one earlier. There's also a repeater sign on this middle post. So we've got a sign over there, and the cycle route Bedlington 2 and Ashington 10. It takes us down here. And the sign said Newbiggin 8.5 miles. This looks as if it had been a bridge at one time, but it's no longer a railway track. And on the other side of the bridge is the big housing development I've just walked through. So we're continuing down here, getting slightly more countrified at the end. From the pavement there's no sign, but on that road it continues straight on and we're down here. The route is quite away from the sea now. We're going to be meeting the edge of the river that comes out at Blyth. We have to reach the main road bridge and then track back a bit. We're now arriving at the river, just there, the end of the track. We arrive at the river and we turn left. The tide would appear to be out at the moment. There's our prominent sign, England Coast Path, to the left. Along the side. And now, there's two rivers. One there. This is the same river with an island. A few minutes after the previous shot, and we're still on that side path. Now I would have thought in the absence of a sign here, we'd go straight on. But looking around here, we see this is the cycle route. Well, I don't think we go that way. Oh, we do. Now, there ought to be a sign just a bit earlier on. There's the sign, side of the road, rather than the footpath at the side of the river. That footpath rejoins the tarmac and cycle route here. So we're back on the main path again. It's the middle bit. It's muddy with the tide out. There's the repeater sign, and on we go inside these railings. In the distance I can see traffic crossing the bridge over there. Is it the A189? It goes to Newbiggin. There's a bit of a tortuous route for the England Coast Path to circulate round to get to it and over. Rather too windy to talk, I think, but we're having a shot right on the track here. There was a sign telling us that there was surface water outfall there, which looked like that here affair there. And we go round the bend here and see what's round the corner. Luckily the rain stopped for a moment. Oh, more of the same with the railings on the left. Also some loud buzzing from some equipment in the factory on the left of the fence. We have to follow around a bit further. I thought we were going to go straight across there, but no. There's another contributory to the main road. We have to follow this round before we can get across this one. Just after 11 o'clock now. The company on the left described as Northburn Technical Services. Following the very muddy tributary of the main river. At least for this section of the England Coast Path, the work had already been done. Cycle Route 1. So all that was needed were the signs. Through the little glade at the end, security fence on the left, coming out on the main road, not much of a main road, coming up out onto the minor road, and it now says for the cycle route Bedlington 2, Ashington 9, public footpath, and our signs are there. And this is Blyth red zone over the river that's hardly there. There is a sign off to the right, public bridleway, Furnace Bridge 1 1/4, but I don't think that's us. We're going to continue down here. At the end of the previous view, we come to the road which turns to the left. This is Coniston Road. There have been a couple of points where the path could have turned off, but this is the one. A slightly more substantial bit off the road, down there again towards the main river. And we can't be too far from the road bridge now, but we can't see it at the moment. We can certainly hear the traffic. I think we've got to come back along the other side on a path a little way away, but maybe towards that building. There's the bridge. Still some way. Past a seat. Still on Cycle Route 1. Underneath all the wires from the pylons first. Now I think it's probably the footpath at the side of the road, not a special footbridge. Special mast there at the side of the river. And there are 4 lots of electricity pylons going across the river here. Branching of tracks, so the signs there telling us to follow the river still. And we're getting very close to the bridge. This looks like the way up. Not so convoluted after all. It goes straight up the steps, I think. Bit of a climb already. One less step, I suppose. The more the path slopes now, the fewer steps we have. So it's round the corner to the bottom of the steps, unless you want to carry along at the side of the river. So it's up the steps we go, with an appropriate sign there, and up the steps. 18, 19, 20, 21, 27, 28, turn the corner, no steps here, 28 so far, and we're nearly at the top, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44, and we get to the road. And there it is, busy as ever. So we look over the bridge, the river that we followed, out to sea there. We're crossing the bridge. It's now 11:17. Can't see any sign on the side of the bridge yet. This is the tortuous way round, down, under the bridge, back again. The track dropped down here, away from the road, turns the corner, still descending, another corner, another road, and we have the confirmation sign at the bottom. So this gets us under the road bridge. Obvious how much further we go along here. There's something called earth balance to the right. There was a track to the left but no sign on it. We'll see what happens at the road here. Surely we can't go any further straight on. Ah, there's a bunch of signs here. The sign quite clearly going to the left, although the other one doesn't seem to be in the right way, saying 3.5 to Blyth, it's pointing the wrong way. Camboys 3. So this gets us back to the side of the river, on the north side, under the bridge, again, back to the bridge, under it. Some of the concrete supports are left as they are, and some have been painted green, but they're not concrete. So half the bridge is concrete, half the bridge is little iron girders. Following on, under the bridge, there's a footpath there, but no sign. Do we go through here? Through these gates? Given the dog barking earlier, I suggest I go down this track that I thought was not the path, but it's at the side of the river. I'll have a look at the map. According to the definitive plan, which is not quite a large enough scale to show whether we are immediately at the side of the river, but it's going along the side of the river, and I'd rather travel along here than through the gated area, which looked like a coach company of some sort. We've got a muddy track now. The mud has cleared. I think this is the first time in these 3 days that we've been along a proper footpath like this, as opposed to cycle routes through dunes. There's all the electricity cables crossing the river, but this time we're looking at it from the north side. There's the track I'm on. Whether it's the right one or not, I don't know yet. It looks a well-worn track, so that's something to be said for it. Climbing up a bit, just here, before flattening off at the top. And coming out with a view of the river going out to sea. Certainly there's no other track, and we have a sign here, but it's not got an ECP on it. has. England Coast Path National Trail. Right, has somebody removed the one earlier on? Recommendation to County Council, please put a sign where it comes away from the tarmac. Along the field edge, the field on the left, some shrubbery, and then the river on the right. At the end of the field, it drops down through the corner. So the England Coast Path sign is just a normal looking footpath sign in yellow with the words England Coast Path on it. So we've had green ones, brown ones, black repeater ones, acorns. Not really one consistent method of showing the route. I'm trying to make faster progress today, because if I can get to Newbiggin somewhat before 1:30, there's an opportunity to get to Cresswell before 3:30, and then there's a bus not long after that. Otherwise it's a 2-hour wait at Cresswell for the final bus. It'd be way dark by then. So let's see, Newbiggin before 1:30. It is now just 11:30. We've got 2 hours through the gorse area, not a muddy track, I'm pleased to say, and the rain's still holding off. And at the end of the enclosed path there, we come out the side of the field, outside the fence, and we're going to turn left to reach the building I referred to from the other side of the river. We're now going to pass through a new gate, and straight up, please shut the gate. Through the gate, inside the hedge, to the right hand side of the field. That's the gate. That's the property mentioned earlier. Towards the group of sheep. Away. Around them, inside to take up the field. At the moment I can't see any signs, but there is a new gate at the end, some of the yellow signs on it, so it's a small gate and a fence that we can see going to the right. So that's correct. Through the new gate, we have an acorn one. Through the gate and on this short section to the main track leading to the farm from the road. So we're meeting the road. Look around the corner there, we see a sign down the road, and on the next pile on again for the 3rd time. And in total I see 6 sets of cables going along. We're now leaving the main track to the farm, going on this rather more muddy track northwards, as indicated by the sign. So which side do we go? It says straight on. This side. Not much of the path left just here, where the compost, or whatever we want to call it, has been put. I assume this is the correct side. There doesn't seem to be a track on the other side, or there doesn't seem to be a track this side either. I think if you look carefully you can see a slight indentation here, so that looks like a track. Now it does cross over into the other field, and eventually the sideway goes to across the field somewhere. I think I can see where it's going, but it's certainly not been reinstated. It's across this field. I thought there was instruction to reinstate paths, especially the prime path in England. There are some vague footprints, but I'm keeping my eye on the white painted sign on the other side. You now see the purpose of the white paint. It makes the sign very clear. You can aim straight at it, deviating from the track. So as I approach the far side now, I'm pleased to say the field wasn't muddy, so I've not picked up several layers of mud on the bottom of my shoes. So here's the sign, we drop it down, so still descending onto the bridge. onto the other side, up the few steps, 3, 4, 5, 6, looking at the side to get the sense of direction. There's a path here, more or less straight ahead. There is yet another white post in the distance. How useful they are. Seeming gleaming. The footpath is clear on this field that's just been left. Now approaching what was the second river. We saw where the rivers joined. Got a descending track down the steps to the side of this river, and then we're going to go over the bridge on the far side. I put the camera away while descending the steps. I don't want to slip over with the camera open, but here we are down near the side of the river. That's probably the bridge we're going to cross, and we're up a few steps and through here, past a garden, bungalow. Immediately past the side of the bungalow now. I wonder which way it is. To the left, over the bridge, or is there another bridge to the right? Aha! We've got a wooden board. I wasn't looking for one of those this time, and it's telling us to turn to the right with Camboys 1.5. So we're going that way. And there is a bridge there. It is a weak bridge, so I hope it lasts long enough to get me across. There's not very much to see down below, with the tide being out. That's the view. It's 10 to 12, and we're carrying along the road here, and on into the village. The map calls this place East Sleepburn. We don't seem to have come very far from Blyth, but then we have been getting over bridges. I'm glad we've got a sign here. Did I say the time was 10 to 11? It was 11:50, so that's 10 to 12, nearly 12 o'clock now. Maximum speed 5 miles an hour, okay. Passing the General Havelock on the left, the cottage bungalow that's being renovated. This is called Barrington Park in Wansbeck district. So on the pavement, still coming to a gate. There's no signs, repeater signs or anything along the gate here, so I'm carrying on. It would have been nice to have a repeater sign along this stretch. There was a track going off to the right, but I don't think it was a public footpath. Something about some land being acquired by the grid company. But we're coming to the road again, and the definitive route picks up the road. But a repeater sign or two, please. The road comes to an end here and the pavement continues where it eventually meets the road. And when it does meet the road, we get the repeater sign and the main sign as well. So along to the roundabout. Just 12 o'clock now. Rather tight squeeze there, but he managed it round the roundabout, which we're going to go to as well. Repeater signs on the roundabout. That's the bush shelter at East Bedlington. So that's today's geography lesson. I knew there was Bedlington, which is much bigger than this. It's just a little hamlet. And there we are. There's a place called East Bedlington with fancy trees. I don't know how that fungus grows on those looking like that. Crossing over the road to cut off a few yards on the corner. Again, not a very exciting road for the England coast path. anchor back to the sea eventually, but we have another inlet, Wansbeck, to get across. This is one of those roads that really go anywhere very much, and it looks as if it's going to the end of the world at the moment. Massive area of derelict land on both sides. Doesn't work again because of the corner, and the well tarmac pavement changes into this. An area here which has seen better days. Energy Central development opportunity. We've got the remains of a railway viaduct on the left, the railway bridge. It's chopped off there, and the embankment. Can't see where it continues on the right. Obviously the embankment's been cleared some time. One embankment coming to a stop. I can't think that anybody would want to. We see through there into the dock, the side of the use maybe, and the signs on the other side for North Blyth, Port of Blyth and Cambois Beach. Something smells good here. It's a coast bath, Newbiggin. Across the road here, and then across the next road, bridge. And turn left. Oh, it says this is private land, so that's what the sign says. Oh, motorcycling prohibited. Path is over here. This is private land. So this should be at the side of the sea at the moment, and will take us to the south side of the river, Wansbeck, and then we have to get round across using the dam that blocks the river. They've got houses on the left hand side, cannot see the sea because of these grasses here, and there is the sea. One chimney and the electricity. Rather nice track, money. We have a diversion of tracks here, but the main one appears to go half right down the slope rather steeply and carefully. Through the dunes and slightly up the other side. Tracks here, not really one main one. As long as the sea is on the right as ever and not too far away, then we won't be far wrong. But I know the track doesn't go down onto the beach, although that might be tempting. That's not the England coast path. It's somewhere among these dunes. Sometimes we get repeater posts on the dunes, but I don't see any at the moment. I shouldn't be on the dunes at all, but the sign did say on that private land this way there is a tarmac track to the left, straighter and quicker. So I'm sticking to the dunes rather than going on the track. I've made my way to this track. Quick glance at the definitive plan. The way the track wends its way through the dunes makes it clear that it's not the tarmac or driven track. It's just bending each way, wending each way, edge, so closer to the ocean, just over there at the sea. This is quite a round track anyway, even more so than I've done this one here. very well defined track coming to a car park. Not be too far from the river was, but now in the distance you can see the church, which is past the river. So coming from the south side, there's a very good track here, but that leads to the beach. Now there's no indication that the coast path goes along the beach, so I think I took the wrong way. So this is the main area on the beach. In the distance to the car park. No doubt the cars that are walking on the beach. There is an acorn symbol on the post here. England Coast Path. Rather large new bungalow being built there. You should be able to see the sea. That's the sort of view I would like to see. I did see very soon. It's now 12:25. We'll be at Newbiggin well by 1 o'clock. If we didn't have to go round to get over the River Wansbeck. If you go straight along the beach, which you can do at low tide, then it would be much quicker. Some equipment here, not being used we notice. And another car park. Looks like a path on the outside of the car park, so I'll take this. Danger, sea outlet, extending 1200 feet. Out to sea there. Now onto a straightforward path past some seats. I see further on some more equipment. On the other side over there, past the River Wansbeck. There's a group of people out at sea. We're continuing. Past more equipment. Sandy Bay straight ahead. Wide expanse of Sandy Bay today, with nobody on it. Usually denoting a disused mine. So I'm now sitting on a seat to change the batteries, which I've just done. And looking back, we can see the, whatever they are, at Blyth. We saw them from close up yesterday. Around the other way, the sun appears to be out somewhere near the power station and the wind turbines. August 12th. Confirming that we do come off that along this track. We've got to get towards the bridge. You can see the main stream of the River Wansbeck as it comes out to sea. Probably a bit too deep to get across, but I don't know. But I'm not going that way anyway, because that's not the route. So descending, there's some sea defence rocks at the bottom of the slipway, and a sign telling us to go up the tarmac road. Meets the access road here, and it's Blyth 7, Newbiggin 3. Go along here and make some progress. 3 miles to Newbiggin, get us to 1:30. Approaching the row of houses here. Maybe they get a view of the sea on the right, but the bridge is some way inland, so we're turning away from the river down this path here. Newbiggin still 3 and Blyth still 7. Through this area here. On the side of the wall, you can't even see the bridge yet. It's actually wonder it's 3 miles from a direct, it's 1 to Newbiggin. So I've slowed down now. I'm ambitious to get the crossroad today. I'll stop at Newbiggin, take the X20s, 21 to Newcastle. It's possible to hear the main A189 called the Spine Road from here, but still not possible to see the bridge. Now we can see the bridge, and last time I did this I came along here obviously, but I took the road bridge because there was no right of way along the top of the dam, the section that's stopping the water going out to sea. 1:45, as we still wend our way up the side of the River Wansbeck. No wonder it worked out at 3 miles to Newbiggin, coming all this way inland. A view of the road bridge, and still the path goes on. So the track descends to a post with nothing on it. Have they forgotten to put the sign on that? I don't know whether it's to the right or the left. I suspect it's to the right and we're going under the road bridge. But that sign is not very useful at the moment, County Council. So I'm going down here under the road bridge to the new right of way. That's how it descends. I wouldn't have done this before because there's no point in going under it when I've got to go across it. I will go to the left onto the road, and you can see the bridge holding back all the water, the new right of way. Water is lapping over the top of the barrier. There's going to be a bit crafty on there. Take my hat off in case it blows off. There's the sign, we have to do this bit. Hope it's safe. Newbiggin by the sea 2.5. There's all the water. And here's the bridge. Oh dear. Across this we go. I don't think I like this bit much. Let's get across without looking too much. Water on the left, drop on the right, quite there yet. Dear. I wish the sides were higher. It's safe this. It's probably been here a long time, just been open, not intended in the first place. Right away. We're across the other side, and that's the end of that. There's the sign, and that's the way we're going, and that's the way we've come. There's the water lapping over the edge, the road bridge, and out to sea. Oh, that wasn't very good at all. That's what it looks like from this side. And back under the road bridge, soon to come to enter Sandy Bay. Under the road bridge. River Wansbeck wending its way out to sea. It's a fairly low tide. Just joined a better track Don't know what this used to be. The larger tarmac area. Coming to the end of through the lightly wooded area. The river is still to our right. You can now see the caravans on the sandy bay. So, coming up the slight incline here to enter the caravan. So we have what looks like a new bridge to get across this bit. And over on the other side, I assume the path turns here. Caravans are up the top there. Our path is up here. Repeater sign here. And a good green sign further on. And we've got a distance on this one. Newbiggin by the sea. 2. But we go up into the caravans first. Other side there. There's the right of way now through the caravans. It's 2 miles. So that's an unusual sight. We've just got 2 police cars following another car entering the caravan site. Has there been some trouble? In the absence of any signs, I'm still following this. I'm going to look at the map. The map seems to go straight through the site, so continuing this way. That's the entertainment complex. Flags now say Park Dean Resorts, since Park Resorts combined with the other company. I suppose we're through here. Not any signs, so I don't know which way through. Officially, there was a sign on entering the site and nothing in between. There used to be barriers here, but they've gone. Cash price £33,000. Don't know whether that's a new one that says 20,000. So I'm going the wrong way at the moment. This is looking south. This is where I used to park. And the site of my caravan is here on the left. That's where it was. And that was the view. But it didn't have a deck. The footpath could have been along here, but of course this piece is eroding rather badly, although the rocks may help. But there's no way in which that was a safe way to make the public footpath. So, there's the site. Oh, 3. Salt. Salt to the Redhead family. Helped by Jamie. So, back to the site. It will go into a cliff top footpath at the north end of the site. Still walking the way through. This is the big car drive. Now we see some signs on the track. So it's not going to come on the side like that. The way to the left is the way I should have come. So let me backtrack and see where that fits in. About 5 years ago. There's the sign pointing the way I should have come, and that's going down to the main entrance. So I'm going down there. So still backtracking, all these caravans on the right hand side. New area. So probably 50% more than it was before. Certainly big now. So back at the visitor centre, this is where I turned right, and I should have gone up the main drive. It would be useful to have a repeater sign of some sort here, although the caravan blocking the way doesn't help. Having to squeeze through the gap here. and then all those caravans now on the left are part of the new area. There's a sign there when you've navigated that caravan that's telling us the coast path is here. There's the sign. So main drive now with the entrance all the way down at the side compared to what it used to be. So we've got our sign, Newbiggin 2, taking us down here. That's a new entrance, I think. Certainly not for cars anyway. So we're down here now. Hello, there's a cat. And we're then round the corner here where I came up on the sign coming in that way. And you can see the sign here. It goes path down there. And getting towards the seafront now, we have a sign confirming the route. This is the touring caravan area, and there's another repeater sign telling us to veer to the left. No, it's telling us to veer to the right, because there is a new gate just here. And it's through that gate onto the cliff-top path. Warning, dangerous cliffs ahead, unstable cliff edges. The England coast path follows the marked path. Please do not stray off the path. Highway maintenance advised. Some stones. But there is a tentative path now along there, but gradually falling into the sea. This way is fairly substantial at the moment, although over time it will move back. The sun has just come out. 25. Breezy in the west. So I hope the comments are making it coming out alright. Reach the end of the caravan area. There is a way through just there. So, yeah. Again, dangerous cliffs ahead. So we're on here. Beside the field edge. So we're still along the field, although there is the substantial track to the right. Looks as if we've got one or two varieties of path here. The original one, much closer to the edge, and disappears from time to time. One in the middle, and the field edge one. Now, I had the caravan. So we're ready to go here. Pick up the newspaper, and the first house that you get to from this path is a squirrel. The path post away from the path which I'm looking down. Original paths. this fenced off area used to be the farm. It looks as if it's been deserted now. 20 to 2, I can hear a tractor in the farm area there, but the other area is certainly deserted. New post and sign, England Coast Path there, but not the other way. It's across the other side. No. Well, there's the entrance to the farm, and what is there? Sign. Just the Newbiggin is now about a mile. Right on the outskirts of Newbiggin. Past the children's play area, up to here, and we turn to the right. It was straight on that way that I saw the red squirrel, but we're going to go along the top of the seafront, see those characters looking out to sea. The path turns left along the edge of the cliff. Still Newbiggin 1 mile. Possible to see multiples of the sea. Following it. Church Point. Top past. Tragedy on the rocks below. The angler disaster in 1900. December the 9th. And then the properties that overlook the sea. Newbiggin Bay. The sign's now going to do this 27. Lower promenade. So it's not down the steps, it's down the slope. Here is the sign halfway down. The sign's at the bottom telling us to continue round. The signs are attached to this post here. The sign telling us that this is the way to the land couple sculpture. You can see those out there. These are new, looking out over the sea. What a nice view. Possibly the nearest point to the sculpture there. Now with the big sea defence, it's not so easy. We're now approaching the central area on the seafront of Newbiggin. It joins up with the shops, a wide expanse of intricate stonework on the floor. Did somebody fit all these? Wow. The old ship, the cobble, the cafe. Even though there's no change in direction here, I would have thought that there would have been something to indicate that it's the England Coast Path. Again, it's quite an important path. So the centre, what I call the centre of Newbiggin, property is right on the seafront. They welcome the protective seawall. A lot of work was done 10 years ago or so with the sea defences, lots of sand brought in I think, and then the rock defence where the coupled sculpture is to reduce the height of the waves coming in. A model of the sculpture that's out at sea. Is on the seafront just here. It's now just 2 o'clock. If it was a summer day I may be carrying on to Cresswell, but as it is, their hop is 3, around hop is 5, so I don't know until hop is 5. I've not seen any sign for the coast path, so it's unusual for it to go onto the sand. Looking at the map as if it continues around the promenade, so past the lifeboat station established 1851 and on along the seafront. And we do get up some signs just further ahead. We branch off to the left before the Marine Centre. So at this point of the bay, near Church Point, the England coast path moves away. There are these interesting posts with these birds on top. There's 3 of them, and we have the sign showing England coast path 4 miles to Cresswell. The path goes up here. The bus stop is just at the top. I don't know how long I'll have to wait. I think the service is every 20 minutes. So at the top of the slope we've got England coast path both ways, and the town centre, that's Newbiggin, and the way to Woodhall, and there's a bus terminus with a timetable. So the path goes through the golf course. There's the bus stop, there's 15 minutes to wait. Church Point Holiday Park. I stayed there once. This is not the way I came when I walked this part before. I walked at the side of the sea. So that's where I'm going to stop just here. And next time I come up to the northeast, I will commence the coast path at this point.